What's going on, everybody? Top 10 Pokemon back, and today I am bringing you a tier list. This will be a tier list of every single Sword and Shield Pokemon card set. And that means base set Sword and Shield all the way through Silver Tempest. Now, I already know what you're thinking. Top 10 Pokemon, how can you do Sword and Shield Silver Tempest when it's not even out yet? And to that I say, hey, shut up. We will be using the knowledge that we have of Silver Tempest to place it on this tier list. So sit back and relax. We're going to do a good old-fashioned tier list. Everybody loves a tier list. So before I get started, how about you give me a thumbs up for not putting Rebel Clash in the S tier of the thumbnail. I hate when people do that, so if for nothing else, give the video a thumbs up just for that. Also, please be a subscriber if you're not already, and use my eBay affiliate link to support the channel. Link will be in the description below. All right, folks, let's have ourselves a good old-fashioned tier list. Let's jump right into it here, explaining the tiers. So right now we have up very top, I put Evolving Skies, because Evolving Skies is in a league of its own. It is so far above every other set. It is OP to the max. You just have so many alternate arts, so many evolutions. I believe there's over 100 hits in this set. Over 100 V cards, V Max cards, alternate arts, full art cards. It is nuts. So it is very clear to me that Evolving Skies goes right at the tippy top, and it does all this without having a Charizard in it, or a Pikachu hit. It's crazy. Such an OP set. How could you not think it is the best? All right, let's get into the S tier. This will be the tier that has the best hits. It is the most exciting packs to open, and I think that the first one in the S tier should be Brilliant Stars, simply because it has a ton of Charizards. It has that beautiful Charizard V alternate art, has a bunch of other alternate art cards. I think it is a fantastic set and an S tier if I've ever seen one. I think we're going to follow that up with some Celebrations. Celebrations was an awesome set. Not so much the regular Celebrations, because the only good card in that I think was the gold full art Mew, which was amazing. But the classic collection, getting to pull the big three amongst other nostalgic cards, was pretty awesome. You can't help but really get excited to open up Celebrations packs. So we're going to put that right behind Brilliant Stars. And then I think for our last S tier set, I'm going to say Vivid Voltage. Now, Vivid Voltage did something that other sets couldn't do. You know, when it came to Break cards, Prism cards, even the Radiant cards nowadays, it's just, they kind of fall flat. I don't know. But these amazing rare cards, at the time when they came out, they were they were truly amazing. People loved them. People graded them like crazy. They are beautiful. And then you also have a ton of Pikachu full art cards in this set. You have that amazing Rainbow Rare Pikachu VMAX that is still super valuable. So I think that Vivid Voltage was an S tier set for sure. All right, moving on to the A tier. I think the sets that we put in A tier are amazing, but I also think they're a bit underrated. So let's start off with Fusion Strike. Will be the first one in the A tier. It has a bunch of amazing alternate art cards with Mew, Gengar, has that amazing Espeon VMAX, so definitely a ton of awesome cards in that set. And then right behind that, I'm going to put Lost Origin. Now, I'm not quite sure about Lost Origins in terms of graded card value, because we haven't seen any cards hit the graded market, but it has a ton of awesome trainer gallery cards, like that Snorlax is amazing. You even got Charizard, you got a bunch of Pikachus, you have a few awesome alternate art cards with the Aerodactyl and the Giratina, so I think this set has the potential to be certainly one of the best, so we're going to put that in the A tier as well. Another very underrated set, Chilling Reign. You can still get a booster box of this set very, very cheap. I think it's still, even today, still under $100, and it has a ton of amazing cards in it. With the legendary birds, has a ton of awesome alt art cards, and once again, it does all this without Charizard. So if you can manage to be an awesome set and not have a Charizard in it, you're an A tier set in my opinion. And then lastly, for our A tier, I'm going to put Silver Tempest. Now, from what I've seen with Silver Tempest, most of the cards are pretty so-so, but you do have Lugia headlining this set. And you know there's going to be an alternate art Lugia, and you know it's going to be a Grand Slam. So I am pretty positive this is going to be an A or S tier. We're going to be a little conservative today and put it in the bottom of the A tier, but that is subject to change. All right, on to the B tier. Now the B tier sets aren't the worst, but they certainly could have been better. But they still have exciting hits, even though they might not be quite as good as the S and A tier sets. So I think first up for the B tier, we're going to put Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go had mixed reviews, I think, for a lot of people, including myself. You got the Radiant cards, the Radiant Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur, but the Radiant cards just seem to be kind of falling flat. It seems like they were trying to redo the allure of the Shining cards, and they just haven't caught on, because most of the Radiant cards from other sets are pretty meh. But it does have a few amazing Mewtwo cards, including that amazing Alt Art Mewtwo V, so we're going to put that in the top of the B tier for now. And behind that, I'm going to put Champion's Path. Now, a lot of people don't like Champion's Path, and I understand why. It only has 2 cards, the Charizard V and the Charizard V Max secret rare cards, but there's a Charizard V and a Charizard V Max. Like, if you pull one of those 2 cards, you're going to be jumping for joy every single time. So although the rest of the cards in this set are pretty lacking, you have those 2 Grand Slam cards, so I cannot possibly justify putting this in like the C tier. After Champion's Path, we have Astral Radiance. Astral Radiance has a few awesome alternate art cards, the most valuable I think being the Machamp alternate art V, but the graded cards from the set have come down quite a bit, and it seems like they're going to come down even further. There's just not a super popular Pokemon pulling you to the set like there are for Evolving Skies and Brilliant Stars and Vivid Voltage, so I think it's got a nice little spot there in our B tier. After that, I'm going to put Shining Fates. Now, Shining Fates had so much potential. There was so much potential for this to be an awesome set, just like Hidden Fates. But like I said in prior videos, it felt like Pokemon just couldn't hold their load with this set. They could have put so many other amazing cards in this set, but all we ended up getting was the Charizard VMAX. Like, why couldn't they have put a shiny Pikachu VMAX from Vivid Voltage into this set? Why couldn't they do that? That'd have been an amazing chase card. And other cards just like that. So yeah, I feel that Shining Fates was just, I don't know. It was definitely no Hidden Fates. And lastly, for our B tier, I'm going to put Darkness Ablaze. Darkness Ablaze is a pretty solid set overall, but the pull rates for these Charizards, you got the Charizard V and the Charizard V Max, I mean, they're like 1 in every 2 to 3 boxes, and they're super easy to grade, and they are the least valuable of all the Charizards in the Sword and Shield era. Alright, on to the C tier. This is the worst, the 3 remaining worst sets of Sword and Shield, and I'm going to put Sword and Shield base set in there first. It does have a couple of great pulls, but for the most part, man, I just never see Sword and Shield cards come by in auction. Anytime you get Sword and Shield packs in a collection box or whatever, you're just like, eh. So this tier, the C tier right here, are going to be the packs that you get, and you're just like, I wish it was this pack or that pack. So yeah, Sword and Shield base is going to be the first up in the C tier, followed by Battle Styles. Battle Styles gets a lot of hate, and for good reason. I feel like without the Sleepy Tyranitar alternate art, this set would be absolutely nothing. I feel like nobody is warming up to the Urshifu cards. I see a few of them come by in auction. They never really hit great prices. So without the Sleepy Tyranitar V, the set would be nothing. Even though you could say the same thing for Champion's Path. The difference between this and Champion's Path is Champion's Path had 2 amazing Charizard cards. This has 1 amazing Tyranitar card. And of course, the bottom of the barrel, Rebel Clash, Rebel Trash, whatever you want to call it. I opened up a booster box of this set when it came out, and I was like, wow, this set is awful. There's just nothing in it. There's nothing exciting about it. So in the C tier, I believe these are the 3 worst sets in all of Sword and Shield. Alright folks, that is it for our Sword and Shield tier list. Let me know what you think the top tier sets from Sword and Shield are. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. That's all I got, folks. I really appreciate you tuning in, and I will catch you in my next one.